Have you ever loved someone who suddenly pulled away, just when things seemed to be going perfectly? One moment they were present, warm, and connected. The next, they were distant, cold, and unreachable. If this has happened to you, there's a good chance you were dealing with someone with an avoidant attachment style. But here's the real question. What happens when the avoidant finally realizes they've lost you? Do they move on effortlessly? Do they regret it? Do they come back? And most importantly, how can you protect your own heart and turn this painful experience into growth? Stay with me, because in this video, we'll break it all down step by step. Part 1. What is avoidant attachment? Let's start with some context. In psychology, we know that people develop different attachment styles, patterns of how they connect, love, and commit in relationships. These styles are shaped mostly in childhood, based on the kind of love, support, or neglect we experience from caregivers. One of the most common and most confusing is the avoidant attachment style. Avoidants deeply fear commitment, not because they don't want love, but because closeness feels dangerous. They've learned, often from childhood neglect, inconsistency, or even subtle emotional unavailability, that opening up and being vulnerable is unsafe. So, how do they protect themselves? By minimizing their attachment needs. In simple words, they convince themselves they don't need closeness, that independence equals safety, and that relying on others equals weakness. This isn't usually a conscious decision. It's a survival mechanism wired deep in the subconscious. And it's the reason so many avoidants will suddenly create distance, sabotage closeness, or even walk away from a seemingly loving relationship. Part 2. Why do avoidants pull away? Imagine love like a warm fire. For most people, fire feels comforting. But for the avoidant, standing too close to that fire feels like danger. They fear getting burned. So when things start going too well, when intimacy grows, when trust deepens, when you think the relationship is finally stable, that's exactly the moment many avoidants panic. Their subconscious screams, "This is too close, too risky. I could lose myself." What happens next? They hyper-focus on freedom, space, and control. They start looking for flaws, picking fights, or just shutting down emotionally. It's not that they don't care. It's that caring too much feels unsafe. This is why so many people feel blindsided when an avoidant partner pulls away. To you, everything seemed fine. To them, their fears of engulfment or rejection were louder than their feelings of love. Part 3. What happens when the avoidant realizes they lost you? At first, when the avoidant pulls away or ends things, they often feel a wave of relief. Their fears of closeness quiet down. They tell themselves, "I'm free again. It wasn't going to work anyway. I need space to breathe." They may even convince themselves you weren't right for them, exaggerating flaws or rewriting the story of the relationship as a way to numb their emotions. But this relief is temporary. After weeks or months, usually around a 3 to 4 month mark, something shifts. The fears that drove them to distance fade away. Their subconscious no longer feels the immediate danger of closeness. And now, for the first time, they start to feel the absence of you. This is what I call the boomerang effect. Part 4. The boomerang effect. At first, the avoidant numbs themselves through distractions, work, hobbies, or even casual dating. But once the initial relief wears off, the deeper feelings start to surface. They remember the comfort of your presence. They miss the small ways you supported them, encouraged them, or made life easier. They recall the intimacy, the laughter, the safety of having a partner by their side. Suddenly, all those defenses start to melt like an iceberg slowly breaking apart. And the very love they pushed away becomes a love they long for again. Here's the painful truth. Avoidants often realize the depth of their feelings only after they've lost someone. And because they're afraid of vulnerability, many struggle to reach out directly. Instead, they might send vague texts, share a meme, or accidentally like your social media posts. These tiny gestures are their way of testing the waters without risking rejection. But make no mistake, underneath the surface, many avoidants suffer deeply after losing someone who truly mattered. Part 5. The secret struggle of the avoidant. Avoidants may look strong and independent, but after a real loss, many enter a cycle of confusion and even depression. Why? because they've trained themselves to meet only their survival needs, not their emotional needs. So while they can cook for themselves, pay bills, or distract themselves, they struggle to meet deeper needs like feeling supported, feeling truly seen, being emotionally cared for. In a relationship, you probably gave them some of those things, even inconsistently. Once you're gone, those unmet needs become painfully obvious. And because avoidance fear asking for help or being vulnerable, they often feel stuck. This is why, ironically, dismissive avoidants often struggle with breakups longer than other attachment styles. They can't easily replace what they've lost, and they don't know how to heal those wounds on their own. Part 6, what should you do? Now, this is the most important part, because while it's fascinating to understand the avoidant mind, the real question is, how do you protect yourself, heal, and grow? Here are 3 powerful steps. Step 1. Go no contact, for you, not for them. No contact doesn't mean playing games or trying to make them chase you. It means creating the space you need to stop bleeding emotionally and start healing. Use this time to redirect your energy from fixing them to investing in yourself. Step 2. Identify and meet your own needs. Ask yourself, what needs did this person meet in my life? Did they make me feel supported, safe, desired? Then, create a plan to meet those needs through your own actions, routines, friendships, or self-care. When you stop outsourcing your needs, you take back your power. Step 3. Rewrite the story. Breakups leave us with painful stories. I wasn't good enough. If I had done more, they'd still be here. It's all my fault. Write these stories down, then challenge them. Ask yourself, can I know for certain this is true? More often than not, the answer is no. Their wounds, their fears, their avoidance, those are not your fault. Rewriting your story is the beginning of rewriting your identity after heartbreak. Part 7. Create your next chapter. Here's a powerful secret. Healing isn't just about letting go of the past. It's about creating a future that excites you so much, your brain no longer clings to what's familiar. Set new goals. Build new habits. Create a vision for the next season of your life, whether it's career, health, friendships, or hobbies. The more you expand your world, the smaller your pain feels inside it. Closing message. So, what happens when the avoidant realizes they've lost you? At first, they may feel relief. Then, slowly, they start to feel the ache of absence. They may miss you, regret pushing you away, and even try to reconnect in subtle ways. But here's the truth. Your healing cannot depend on whether they come back or not. Your healing is about reclaiming your worth, meeting your needs, and writing your own story. Remember, being loved should never feel like being abandoned. The right person will not be afraid of your closeness. They'll cherish it. So choose yourself. Grow stronger. And when love comes again, you'll meet it with a heart that's wiser, braver, and ready for something real. Outro. If this message resonated with you, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Healing is possible, and it starts with you.